Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one sun. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Good morning. It's a beautiful sunshiny day here in Saskatchewan. Welcome. Welcome to Unity Victoria. Welcome to Unity. As you know, I've been drawing upon other churches on how they answer the question, what is unity? So this week, I decided I was going to pick a church in Florida. I happen to know there's quite a few in Florida because I had fellow students in my ministerial school that were from Florida. So I went down the list and I clicked on Unity of Marriott Island. And I looked at who the ministers were, and they were two of my fellow students. They are co-leading a church together, and they're not married, but probably met through ministerial school and live in that area. So what I'd like to do is, as I've shared with you, all Unity churches have at the basis Unity's teachings and principles. Yet each church is autonomous in how they deliver those teachings. So I thought it would be fun to compare Unity Victoria's vision, mission, and values to Unity of Marriott Island's vision, mission, and values, knowing that two of my fellow students were part of creating this. So here we go. So Unity Victoria's vision is, we see a world powerfully transformed by our shared spiritual awakening. Unity of Marriott Island's vision is, centered in God's light and wisdom, we celebrate a world of love, peace, and abundance. Unity Victoria's mission. We are Unity Victoria, a loving community inspiring unlimited possibilities through deep connections with spirit, self, and all others. Unity of Marriott Island's mission is co-creating a spiritual home of loving acceptance, empowering all to their highest potential. Now, Unity of Marriott Island chose as their values unconditional love, enlightenment, spiritual growth, and acceptance. And we know Unity Victoria's values because we affirm them every Sunday. So please join me in affirming our values. Inclusivity, spirit-led, joy-filled, life-transforming, and compassion. I do want to share a paragraph that I found on Unity of Merritt Island's website, and it is taken right from the unity.org website. And it says, "In Unity, we feel a sacred responsibility, individually and collectively, to make a positive difference through personal example and active service in our churches, our communities, and our world." My name is Pat Clarkson, and I'll be leading your service today, and Reverend Vicki Vanderhorst will be our speaker on this fourth Sunday of Lent. For our invocation, our opening prayer, I'm going to draw from Buddhism. Buddhism is a faith that was founded more than 2,500 years ago in India. Followers of Buddhism don't acknowledge a supreme God or deity. They instead focus on achieving enlightenment, a state of inner peace and wisdom. The path of enlightenment is attained by utilizing morality, meditation, and wisdom. Buddhists often meditate because they believe it helps awaken truth. The religion's founder, Buddha, is considered to be an extraordinary man, but not a god. The word Buddha means enlightened. So as we prepare for our invocation, I ask you to relax. Let us take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Let us just follow our gentle breathing in and out as we move to that place of stillness and silence. And we pray, "With every breath I take today, I vow to be awake. And every step I take, I vow to take with a grateful heart, so I may see with eyes of love into the hearts of all I meet, to ease their burden when I can and touch them with a smile of peace." Namaste. We will now join in song before Reverend Vicki speaks.
Today, as I mentioned before, is the fourth Sunday of Lent, the season of letting go. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that it is a two-step process, like stepping stones. When we release, we leave one, and when we renew, we step onto another. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, called this fasting and feasting. So what do we want to release and what can we put into its place? That is the work or the play that we do during Lent. Each week, Pat and I have been taking a pair of these release renew statements from the Lent booklet. And today I'm going to be exploring another pair. The release statement is this: I release any feelings of hostility. So let me share a bit of what it says in the Lenten booklet. Hostility arises when we find ourselves in disagreement with a person or situation. This disagreement can cause hostile thoughts and feelings. We may not express these thoughts and feelings out loud, or we might express ourselves verbally and passionately. Either way, our entire being is impacted by the effects of a hostile mindset. Well, hostility is a pretty strong word, isn't it? But let's keep going and see what we can learn. Hostility arises when we perceive a threat. It could be physically, although honestly that's quite rare these days. But what about a threat to our lifestyle, or our happiness, or our point of view, or a threat to something we value, like a relationship, or old growth forests, or clean water? There are real threats, and then there are perceived threats. Last summer, I think it was, I saw some big machines digging up a park that's nearby, a park I really love, and I thought, oh, what are they doing? You know, they're just making such a huge mess and noise and all that kind of stuff, and I wasn't happy about what I saw, and I used my wonderful power of imagination to just think what they might be up to. And then I found out that they were replacing a culvert with a specialized, newly designed culvert that allows salmon to continue swimming up the stream to their spawning grounds. So all that angst, all those thoughts, all that energy about something that was not even true or real. We have all seen many, many examples of hostility. If you watch the news, it's always there. But what can happen is that we get so involved in the story, is that we take on those feelings, and now it's part of us. We have ingested the disagreement, the conflict. Now, who is suffering? Hostility harms us, not the person or the situation with which we disagree. Our feelings towards someone does not harm the person we direct them to. It harms us. We are the ones who generated those feelings, who expanded them, who poured them out or stuffed them in, either way, and now we are experiencing the consequences. We can live in this reactive state. we can, bouncing from, opinion to reaction. It kind of reminds me of those pinball machines. I don't know if they still have them, but a ball shoots out and creates a chain reaction and bounces back and forth and up and down, hitting all the pegs all the way throughout the game. We can live like that. One stimulus creates a reaction, and then we keep going from one reaction to another. It's exhausting. It wears us down. It impacts all aspects of our physiology, our breath, our heart, our digestion. The Lent booklet says this: when we become hostile, we often experience a knot in our stomach, and our blood pressure may rise. How often have we described a hostile person as being so angry he is red-faced, or her blood is boiling? Hostility harms us. And then the booklet goes on to say this: it's easy to speak harsh words when we disagree. It is just as easy to speak softly and gently, to speak words that bless and uplift people and situations. Well, let's talk about that, especially the last sentence. It is just as easy to speak softly and gently, to speak words that bless and uplift people and situations. Just as easy? Yeah, it can be. When my children were young, they attended an alternative school that was based on Vedic wisdom, and they practiced meditation every day. So I was the office manager at the school, and I was also the vice principal. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. And every day I was exposed to either unhappy parents or unhappy children, or sometimes both. The children learned 16 principles of Vedic wisdom, and one of them I used a lot in these situations. It's called Speak the Sweet Truth. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. If we were angry or frustrated or upset in any way, we were to ask ourselves these 5 questions before speaking. First one, is it true? Make sure what we are saying is correct and that we have the accurate information. Before we speak, ask ourselves, is it true? The next one, is it uplifting? I want to make sure that I am contributing something of value to the conversation. Third one, is it kind? Would I want to hear these words directed at me? And the last question, which often stops everything, is this: is it necessary? Why am I feeling like I need to say this? The practice of nonviolent communication has an acronym that I really love, and I've shared it before, and it's WAIT, W-A-I-T. And there's actually 2 phrases that go along with this, W-A-I-T. Why am I talking? Or what am I thinking? Can we take a moment and ask ourselves these questions? Can we take a moment and sense what is happening in here? Am I talking to someone to change their minds? Am I speaking because I want someone to agree with me? Is what I want to say necessary, or am I just wanting to prove a point? Am I calm? Am I prepared to listen? Am I able to be kind and uplifting? These are really good questions to ask ourselves before we speak or act. Following this release statement, I release any feelings of hostility, is a renew statement. The booklet says this: I renew my practice of non-resistance. The road to peace of mind and personal well-being is paved with the stones of non-resistance. I love that. I'm going to repeat it. The road to peace of mind and personal well-being is paved with the stones of non-resistance. And then it goes on to say, daily we face people and situations we find disagreeable. At such times, it is good to practice non-resistance. Non-resistance is a spiritual practice of holding our minds and hearts above disagreement. Every person, situation, or condition has at its core a divine spark. Non-resistance fans the divine spark into a flame of peace and well-being. In its highest form, non-resistance is lifting up our vision to see the beauty and truth in every person, situation, and condition. With everything that comes my way, I have a powerful choice. Fight what is and become mired in the mess, or release my resistance and use my energy to create solutions. The amount of time and attention is the same, but the results are incredibly different. Yes. From Matthew 5, there's a great statement that I use often. We are told to agree with our adversaries. When I first heard this, I thought, what? Agree with the people that I disagree with? Who are doing things that are not in alignment with my values? Well, I do enjoy the challenge of looking deeply into things and discovering the good that is there for us. So I didn't dismiss this statement, as we can do something that rubs us the wrong way or we don't like, we can just, not pay attention to it. But I try to pay attention to those things that grab my attention one way or another, whether I love them or really dislike them, and find out what they're all about. So first, the word adversary, or in some translations of the Bible, it's enemy. I realize that as long as I see someone and name someone as the enemy, I am contributing to conflict. I've placed them outside of my circle of concern and care. And looking at them this way, I am creating separation, more separation. This is something I really do not want to contribute to. So I go to the next word, agree. Do you remember what I just read? Every person, situation, or condition has at its core a divine spark. Maybe there is a place that we hold the same values. I can look for the common ground where we do agree, where there is agreement. And sometimes I have to look really hard and be willing to give up my stand that they're wrong. You can use this with a person in your life or with systems in our society, like politics or corporations or medicine, education, law enforcement. Anytime you think of someone or something that is wrong, you have placed yourself into an adversarial position. So find some place of agreement, some common ground, because it's always there. You don't have to talk to them. This is an inside job. Holding on to your stance, remember, is only hurting you. It's only hurting me. Finding that hostility within myself and releasing it, I can step onto the stone of non-resistance. And there's one more word in that statement. Agree with your adversary quickly. Every moment we hold on to our disagreement, to our fear, our anger, conflict, we are harming ourselves. So reconcile within yourself sooner than later. I release my feelings of hostility. I renew my practice of non-resistance. I would like to bring those statements into our time of prayer and contemplation. But first, a song. let's take a moment to bring ourselves to that quiet inner place of perfect peace and harmony. As you breathe in, feel the energy of divine life entering your body temple. As you breathe out, give thanks for the ability to let go of what is no longer beneficial. We enter the sanctuary of silence within, devoting precious time toward unifying our mind, heart, and being with Source. I invite you now to bring to mind something or someone that you are at odds with. Bring this person or situation into the sanctuary of the silence. I choose to accept life's situations just as they appear. I breathe in the unlimited possibility for the way things might unfold, and then I go deeper. I release the impulse to deny or fight what is. I embrace the divine love at my core. Within that love, the path ahead is clearly lit. I walk along with confidence and purpose, sharing my light with all. I am an emissary of peace and harmony in the world. Vigilant with my thoughts, I transform any inner discord into peace. Words of inspiration, encouragement, and support flow from my peace-filled mind to bless others. Here's a few lines from one of Daniel Nahmad's songs. Let every breath I breathe be sacred. Let every word I speak be true. Let every song I sing be holy and bring me close to you. I recognize the Christ presence in every person. I praise, not criticize. I lend a helping hand where I can. I allow love and joy and compassion flow out through me to all whose lives touch mine. I see in all my affairs the wondrous pattern of divine order working out piece by piece, making use of my ever-growing capacity for accomplishments, bringing my heart and soul to perfect fulfillment. And so it is. And now for the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is.
As I was writing my closing words, I knew they would be right after the singing of Alleluia. And with that realization, my heart just started to fill with gratitude. Gratitude for Reverend Vicky, because her words would be just right and perfect, and I am sure just for me. My heart would be full to overflowing with the energy from Alleluia that had just flowed in and through me. Gratitude for Unity Victoria's prayer chaplains that I know are there holding sacred space for the community members. Gratitude for all the people that volunteer at Unity Victoria. And gratitude for the connections I have made with you. Gratitude for those connections. I found a gratitude quote by Christine Armstrong I want to share with you. When we focus on our gratitude, the tide of disappointment goes out and the tide of love rushes in. When we focus on our gratitude, the tide of disappointment goes out and the tide of love rushes in. In gratitude for the financial resources abundantly blessing this ministry, let us affirm Unity Victoria's prosperity affirmation. Please join me. I am an ever-expanding expression of divine abundance. I firmly establish myself in the flow of giving and receiving. I am blessed, and I am a blessing. My weekly reminder, please remember to continue to check your weekly Unity Victoria e-bulletin to keep updated on all the news. Please remember Sunday Fellowship at 11:30. You'll find the link to me, because I will be there, in the weekly e-bulletin. I want to end with just saying blessings on your week. May you have light, laughter, and love in this upcoming week. The 3 L's, light, laughter, and love. May they be yours. We're going to close the service now with the Unity Victoria blessing, the prayer for protection, and the peace song. Please help me affirm Unity Victoria's blessing. Unity Victoria's spiritual community is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us, and we accomplish mighty works together. Now the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Please join me in singing the peace song.
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment